Hello everyone, welcome to a Call of Duty Rewind trailer. We're doing a first look of the exclusive reveal trailer. I'm Anthony Gallegos, with me is Brian Altano.
What's up, kids?
First thing you'll notice, if we just take it back for just a second, notice the name right there, Sergeant Frank Woods, USMC retired. Everyone thought he died in Black Ops 1, but he did not. In fact, he lived and he retired, and you will be hearing a lot about him in Black Ops 2. He is a recurring character in the upcoming storyline. And as you can see there, the year's 2025. Black Ops 2 takes place in the very near future. So they're trying to balance, new tech with kind of keeping it grounded in not taking, there's going to be no lasers, no spaceships, that sort of thing. Obviously, it's a game made by Treyarch. You get a good look at some of the early future tech here, though. Vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. That's something we're only kind of still experimenting with right there. If we go back, you'll also see what is going to be really the star of the show in the new Call of Duty, which is robots.
Yep.
Robots are everywhere. This is an example of a small UAV that in multiplayer you can actually, it looks like, from what I heard, it's going to be something that spawns in multiplayer. You'll be able to actually take direct control over these in certain parts of the campaign. In the next frame, you also get to see this, which is a walking robot with a giant machine gun. It's called a claw, and from what I saw in the single player, the only way to really take them out is to shoot them in the legs, and then shoot rockets at them. Yes, correct. So yeah, in this next scene, what you'll notice is that you'll see the Chinese star there on this rocket. A big part of the campaign takes place as a Cold War between China and America. So you'll be battling against them in these secret operations where you'll be trying to stop them. Here you see the other kind of big bad guy of the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 universe, which is our own drones. Yeah. Right now, America has a ton of drone fighters and bombers, but in Black Ops, by 2025, it's predicted that they'll grow much, much bigger.
So what are some of the settings we're looking at here?
So right here, what we're actually seeing, this is downtown LA, under attack by our own drone fleet, which has been taken over by a terrorist organization.
So business as usual for downtown LA.
Yeah, it's just riots and craziness. So that's, you can see in the background of that scene, there's a ton of drones flying around, bombing the heck out of things. Then if we go to right here again, sorry to back it up just a second ago, you get to see, this is actually an example of the first-person drone controls that you get to do. You can see how they fly around ridiculously fast. Wrist-mounted computers taking us into the future. Not that crazy, right? I mean, we have cell phones. They're already flexible screens.
Now you can wear them as a watch.
Yeah. So yeah, there's going to be technology that allows you to see through walls, as you saw just a second ago there. Obviously, they're still going for a super cinematic experience, right? That's kind of what the Call of Duty campaigns have always been about.
I'm noticing in general that the palette seems to be a lot brighter this time around.
Yeah, I think that they're definitely improving the tech. They want to make it look a little bit better. It's not going to be like a whole new engine better, but they've done subtle improvements to the engine to make things look better. Facial animations, for example, have been completely redone to be a lot more expressive, as you can see this scene right here. So yeah, that's where Woods says the line, what happens when an enemy takes the keys of our robots and everything from us. So here you see downtown LA just being ravished by a gigantic drone fleet in the right side of the screen. You can see that it's Los Angeles by the bottom right corner there in the screen. So we're being attacked by a terrorist leader known as Menendez, who I believe is in this frame right here. Unlike previous Call of Duty enemies, they were just like these faceless kind of bad guys. They really want Menendez to be this bad guy that we learn his story, we learn how he became evil, and he becomes more of a real character to us.
Right.
So obviously there'll be jet missions where you get to fly jets yourself, off rails. You're just flying jets freely. Also, not all the game takes place in the future. Right now what you're seeing is a lot of future combat, but there will also be combat in the 80s during the previous Cold War. And that's where you'll get to see a young Woods. Right now we're seeing old Woods, but so in just a second, you'll get to see young Woods. And all the young Woods stuff takes place, we don't know exactly where. All takes place, but right here. This is Afghanistan, actually.
Okay, so there's horse combat this time around.
Well, there might very well be horse combat. They were really proud of the fact that they motion captured a horse. And what you see here is that's actually a Russian helicopter. And during Afghanistan, those were the bane of the resistance fighters in Afghanistan, and we actually did send in special operatives to help train the local fighters on how to take them down. So in all likelihood, you'll probably be going to Afghanistan back when they were still our friends. But yeah, I mean, here's just a bunch of quick cuts of a lot of the stuff we previously talked about. You get a good example of the future tech that's going on. you know, again, horses. Oh, right there you get to see the return of you know, everyone's favorite scene in Modern Warfare, right? One of the most famous ones was the AC-130 scene.
Yep.
And here you get to see, probably not an AC-130, but, you know, some sort of approximation thereof. So, obviously it's going to hit on a lot of the same notes as the old Call of Duty, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You know, still going to go for that very cinematic experience. And you also get to see the tagline, right? The future is black. And it makes a lot of sense because when you find out, this future seems, you know, it is taking place in the future. You can see a lot of future tech in what you're seeing here. Mm-hmm. But none of it seems like that out of the realism.
Yeah, it's just close enough to be...
kind of scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, for more on Call of Duty Black Ops, you should check in with IGN where we'll have a preview, a look at all the greatest trailers that are coming up leading up to its launch on November 13th. And yeah, keep it locked on IGN.com and our YouTube channel.